What's good? Welcome to day 3. I'm gonna speed through the morning stuff because it's pretty much the same. Ended up waking up around like 7, and then started like really getting ready to leave here a little bit before 9:30. Um, I wanted to do like a quick little looky at some of the other shops around to see if there's another place I'd probably try and get some food tonight. So I tried in this spot, and they did not have any ready-made food, so I am pretty much just snacking tonight. Bad move on my part, yeah, but we'll eat a bunch tomorrow. We'll finally get into like all the fine delicacies of Korea. Hopefully, maybe. Hopefully, I get that daring side of me out, at least to try anything at least once. Get to Water Bomb. Pretty much the line was similar to Saturday's day 2. So the line was, I got there pretty much at the same time and ended up around the same place in the huge line that was waiting before the ticket booths actually opened and let people into the venue. But got in the same spot, so I managed to be in the same spot for all 3 days. So it's still a pretty good real estate to have a good view of the stage if there's not too many tall people in front of me or arms in the air, which you'll see in the footage. But also I can kind of see people coming through in the little middle aisle and all that good stuff. But there is one gentleman I have to let you know about right now. I'm gonna call, like when I was thinking about how I wanted to retell this story, I at first wanted to just call him Blackjack, because I did not end up learning his name, even though he was giving out his name. Oh, I do remember his name. But I'm not gonna put his name on blast, and I also don't want to just use the fandom name alone, because then I feel like true fans will feel bad if I just keep calling him simply Blackjack. So I'm gonna call him Bad Blackjack, Bad Black, Bad Jack. I don't know. It's long and it's unwieldy. I may use some short version. BBJ. I don't know. So anyway, get there and get in my same spot. Another dude who's there, BBJ, ends up chatting up some of the other people who are along that little railing, and just kind of like really chatting him up, trying to get to know him. It's just normal. It's fine. Even like people across the aisle who also came to see the closer, who happened to be 21, and him and the one across the street, goodness gracious, across the little aisle, we'll call her Good Blackjack, because she not problematic whatsoever. She still got to stay in her spot, and there were no issues with her. But everything that had to go around BBJ was bad. It was bad. Like, I get it, he's a super fan, and he was like nice to people when he was able to get his space, but as soon as you got close to his space and you were bumping into him, because it's a crowded venue when you end up having everybody there coming to see these shows and all the different acts throughout the day, and bro, he was unruly. But he kept getting his own way, because he's like, I've been here since 10:30. I haven't moved. They're new. They're trying to move me out of my space, and this is my space, and I just told them to stop pushing all up on me and back up. And like one dude, he actually like grabbed him by the shoulders and was like, hey, quit pushing all up on me, because I'm not moving. This is my spot. Because he's like, I am not moving whatsoever, so I can make sure I have a good spot for 21 who were at the very, 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 very end of the show, all the way at like 9:30 is when 9:30 p.m. is when they're going on, and he said, "I am not moving," and he was talking crap about how things about the venue was, because people can't really sit down for periods of time. They'll be like, "Hey, you got to stand up," and I mean, I kind of get it, and then but yeah, it's just, yeah, he was something else. Something else. He's something else. There's only one person who's gonna get that. So if he watches this, then anyway, he was a trip the whole night. Like, so being that I was like somewhat near, part of me was like, just don't get involved. Don't get involved. And other parts of me was like, okay, I think I need to step in here. So I'll see if I can chronicle this in kind of the correct time as I go through the actual day itself, the lineup. So started off with KB, a DJ, because they always start off with the DJ to get the vibes going. He was pretty good. All the DJs, once again, were pretty good. I still feel like a lot of their work was underappreciated. And they did try to, like, there are 2 DJs who tried to bring out Fiend again, and nope. There was only one good time, and it happened that one, like, small success on Saturday where people really kind of got hyped. But another note, in a lot of mixes, more things that are used a lot. I think I already said Apata on day one, but Apata is in there. Blake Jenny is in there. Oh, yesterday and today, they ended up, like, there were DJs who ended up using one of the Attack on Titan openings in their mix, and I was like, bruh, the anime love is real down here. That's kind of cool. The DJs were all pretty good. They did a good job, but were underappreciated. And today I wasn't actually able to truly get down to all of them, just because today was so packed. People did not move much at all today. So sardines the whole way.
Cannons to the left of him, cannons to the right of him, volley and thunder.
So that's my overall view of the DJs. Going up next was Artemis, and bruh, I feel like at least where I was at, there were people towards like the front that were kind of getting into it, but bruh, in my area where me was at, I was getting down to some freaking Artemis. I was jamming, singing every word, hitting all the ad-libs. I hope I didn't annoy anybody, but I was wearing my Luna shirt, I was wearing my Luna gear, and I was like, bruh, this is it. Like, even before the event started the day, like with the shirt I was wearing, one of the people came around, one of the guests came around, and they were like, "A Luna fan?" I was like, yeah, Luna fan. So I got to show my fandom right there, because they were the ones I like was able to enjoy and get hyped the most to, because it was before everything was packed like sardines. So yeah, they killed it. They did a fantastic job, and I loved every minute of it. Up next was DJ Hannah, and she was good. Ash Island was next, and okay, so I know a little bit of Ash Island, clearly not enough, but yo, he was not that great live. I'm gonna go ahead and say it. He was not that great live. He was a kind of lazy performer, and not all of his singing was super audible, and it's also a lot of auto-tune too. Yeah, wasn't the move, but hey, he got Chung Mina, so good on you, bro. Smasher was the next DJ. That was great. PH1 came after the second Water Bomb Time. I'm not mentioning the Water Bomb Times, where they just kind of give a recap of who's all getting down in footage they captured of people doing the water fighting and all that, water gun fights and stuff. Yeah. So yeah. Oh, around PH1, I think around Smasher or PH1 or Toyo, somewhere around there is where BBJ ended up doing the whole shaking thing of one of the people who came by. Not cool. Alright. So yeah, PH1, he was super great. Some of his singing also wasn't super audible. A lot of the rappers who rap and sing, since their singing isn't super strong, it just does not come through on the mic super well. But PH1 really controlled the crowd super well, and I think he was dope. He was dope, and even though I didn't know each of the songs that he played, like a good amount of them I did know, and I was like, "Hey, we jamming." And everybody else was jamming too, so that was nice. Toyo was the next DJ, another Water Bomb Time. Then was Quan Umbi, and boy, the thirsty men were out there. They were so out there. She had on, you'll end up seeing in the footage, but she had on she had like a little bikini, a little two-piece bikini, with some pants, or shorts, and then a checkered top, but with a tie front. So it was kind of like a button up, but it's still rather open with the tie at the bottom. And boy, it would get loose and, let the girls play a little bit, and the boys were like, ah. And then, you know what, when between songs, when she would try and tighten it back up, that shirt over her bikini, like whenever they did that, the boys went boo. I was like, bruh, y'all are some thirsty men. Y'all some super thirsty men. But she still did it really great. She was like a fantastic vocalist live, so good on her. And she also ended up bringing out EC, so I thought that was kind of cool too. So that was a little special guest moment that we had there, so that was pretty neat to see. Up next was DJ Roots, who was also pretty good. Then Lee Chung Sub. He is more of a, from what I was able to gather from his set, he's much more of a balladeer. So he's like a fantastic vocalist. Like, now when it comes to singing live and making sure like you can sing over the backtrack, if there is a backtrack, he was the example of what to do, because that dude could blow. But it was strange because a couple of it, well, like, I won't say all, like half of them, but it was still, he did 2 ballads back to back, and he actually kind of made a joke of it, because his more upbeat songs actually kind of have a humorous vibe to it. So it's a kind of cool duality. But he did this first ballad, because it was like his second track. He did his first ballad, and then he had his dancers come out. And then he was like, all right, dancers, let's get into the next song. And then he starts another slow song, and then all the dancers run back off the stage, and I was like, okay, that was kind of funny. So it was a fun little bit. So after that, he was like, hey dancers, you can come out now. I'm really gonna do a song where I need you. I'm pretty sure they already knew what the set list was, but it was still a funny moment to play to the crowd. So great showman, fantastic singer, and yeah, good stuff. And then we had Team Bebe come out, and man, they killed it. They were killing those dance moves, bro. A lot of people ended up coming through for that. So I'm pretty sure that was another moment where BBJ tried to yell at some people to back up off of him, and they even like grabbed one of the security guards to be like, hey, he's yelling at us, he's being beaten, he's blah 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 blah. So the security guards had to come and talk to him, and he's like, bro, I've been here since the morning, I'm trying to be here for 21, why they gotta push up on me? I didn't do anything wrong, I just told them to back off. Thanks, BBJ. Nice checking in with you. But Team Bebe, superstars. And then they also had a little water bomb time too, so they sprayed everybody and got everybody wet. That isn't part of every single set, but like it's specifically made for everyone to truly get wet. So it's not just like, hey, spur of the moment, let me go ahead and like go to the water guns during my performance and spray stuff. Or if they don't have like the dancers come out and spray stuff during the DJ sets. Anyway, up next was Crush. Crush, bro, he was pretty good too. Like there are a few songs that the crowd really knew, and so they held him down. I only knew a couple of the ones that he ended up doing because I'm still newer to Crush's music. But he did a good job. He was singing well, and he even did a little rapping in there too, a little dancing too. I was like, yo, okay, get it, Crush, bro, you killing it. I was really impressed by his production. I know he does a lot of his own production, so that was cool, really cool. Really, a lot of really cool jazzy chords and melodies, top lines. But yeah, dope. Cream was next, good DJ, another water bomb time. Then Gray brought some jams, but he also brought in some singing tunes. A lot of these rappers come through doing all the singing tunes, but I guess that's part of what, you know, appeals to the masses is when you sing and not just rap. Even though, like during the water bomb times before, and when the host, who was super dope by the way, I said that last time, but still I have to give him props. Like he was like, bro, I've been doing this all day, I'm losing my voice, but we're still gonna get hype. And like he really kept the energy going the whole time, and I thought that was really, really, really great of him. Gave out a slew of tickets to everybody, made sure to let everybody know that the winning teams in between each round, whether green or yellow, ended up getting prizes and stuff like that. He was super great. Anyway, the host kept introducing them as super hip hop artists. Super hip hop, these are real hip hop rappers, prolific rappers. They got flows, they got beats, they got everything, or whatever, whichever one he was talking about, whether it be PH1 or Gray. And then they come out, do like 2-3 rap songs in their 30-minute set, pretty much 30 minutes, and then the rest are like them trying to sing. I'm like, bruh, what's up with that? But Gray was pretty good. When he went down and ended up like doing one of his raps, he actually kind of stood in the aisle itself and not just go straight to like the island stage where they have more water guns to spray at the people who are like directly in front of like the middle of the stage, past the in the end of the aisle. Hopefully that made sense the way I phrased it. But anyway, he ended up rapping in the aisle and stuff, and he was like, da 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 da, and then BBJ ended up grabbing the dude. He grabbed the dude while he was there rapping. I'm like, bro, why would you grab one of the artists? You are truly gonna get yourself kicked out of here. I'm gonna be so amused if you get kicked out because of all this nonsense you're doing with not only the people around you and them getting upset with you, that you even decided to grab one of the artists in like a way that was not cool. Like, yeah, you could do the little high touch kind of thing, or high five, what they call it. Well, high touch is what they call it, but you know, kind of like a little high five, a little quick action. But he ended up grabbing dude. I'm like, yo, that is why would you do such a thing? But Gray did it. Up next we had Jungkook, who was pretty dope as well. Then the next water bomb time was with Beat Pella House. Yo, when it comes to freaking beatboxers and like really shutting it down, these jokers were ill. All of them were really great beatboxers and rappers, because there's like 2 pretty much rappers in the group, and I guess the girls sang a little bit too, but they all do a little bit of beatboxing as well, and they were such a great team. They killed it. And then we get to Kiss of Life. Yes, Kiss of Life, if you didn't already know, as part of the lineup, and they did really well because they're good. They're good at what they do. I did enjoy it, and that's all I'll say about that. Well, there is one more thing I need to say about that. Natty was not there. That's one thing. Second thing, I feel like I could swear up and down, I'm like 99% sure every single song in their set list was played a little bit slower than usual. And I was like, yo, why is this playing slower? Like I know this is playing slower. Like they know that this is playing slower, right? Why aren't they being like, hey, you're playing it slow? I don't know if it was a timing thing or something like that to make sure that their set lasted the length it needed to with the songs they selected. But it was kind of strange. It was throwing me off a little bit. I don't know if it threw anybody else off because I don't know. Maybe I'm a special case. I don't want it to seem like I'm special, but it felt like no one else was really concerned about it. They were all pretty. No doubt about it. Julie was. So. Anyway, up next was Groovy Room with special guest Yuju, who had like a last bit of the set with her own songs. And they were good DJs, and Yuju was a fantastic vocalist, another fantastic vocalist on the female side of things. So good stuff there. Then was Kai. Oh my gosh, Kai, bruh. Oh, probably around the time of the whole Groovy Room Yuju thing, let's check back in with BBJ, because what was he doing? He ended up yelling at a couple other girls to back off, get out of my space. I'm trying to be here for 21 because I'm the biggest blackjack ever. I wrote song that was for Bomb, and after I wrote it and played it for them, she started wearing sunglasses. I'm just saying, I've got a huge connection with them, so get out of my face. Anyway, he ends up yelling at these girls, and then some other girls, other women that were like nearby me, I'm pretty sure they were French, and they were like really concerned about what happened with those girls and BBJ, and they ended up grabbing security again, and BBJ just kind of yells and argues his way to stay where he was at, and ended up getting a new bottle of water out of it. Like, bruh. For real? For real. He really, really got to get his way. Anyway, during Kai's set, like with all the way we were packed and just barely could end up moving, those two French girls ended up kind of a little bit split, and I was like in between them. And when Kai came on, the one that was like slightly in front of me, like here, and another girl was here. The one who was slightly in front of me was like, "Hey, would you like to switch places?" I was like, "Hey, I was just wondering what you'd end up asking." And then I told the one that was beside me to just move places with me, and they could be closer to the inner aisle, and then they'll be able to be together and have a decent view. And I took the worst spot because I was like, today I need to be the angel that I wasn't yesterday. Yeah. Oh man, I forgot to even mention one of the other dudes earlier in the night who had an incident with BBJ. He was to be honest, he was pressing up against both BBJ and me a whole lot, and the thing is, BBJ was getting so freaking upset with the way the dude was like bumping into him, that he was like, I'm gonna freaking punch you if you don't get out of my way. I'm like, bro, why are you up here threatening violence? And I'm just like, hey, dude, behind me, I'm gonna step this way, you move over this way, and then there's space for all of us. Cool? I wasn't able to explain all that, but I'm just like, hey, you shift here, I'm moving here. Let's keep the peace. Because I'm just like, bro, what the heck is going on right now? Okay, fast forward back to our lovely French girls. Ended up switching spots with them to give them space to be able to see a little bit better. I ended up getting the worst view for the Kai set, but it's okay. I was still jamming because I know a lot of Kai, and I was like, yeah. And then, special guest Suho, and Chanyeol. So yeah, they ended up coming out and they did a whole bunch of little EXO things. They did a little EXO medley, and that was pretty dope as well. So that was super dope for all the EXO-Ls out in the crowd, because there were some EXO light sticks out there. So I was like, hey, look at that. Look at the crew, man. That's dope. Getting that love. But yeah, girls went crazy. Oh, especially with Kai's hot body when he ended up flashing the abs and the pectorals and all. And I was like, yeah, he's a good looking dude. I get it. So after Kai, it ended up getting to the last DJ, Raiden, and I think it was towards the end of Raiden's set. They just that the French girls decided to leave before 21 even came on, because they're like, bruh, there's no way. I think it's gonna be too crazy getting out of here. We're gonna leave now. So they left, and that made a little bit more space for me to swoop back in, and then guess who that puts me even closer to again? That's right, BBJ. It's like all this packed like sardines things make me go in like a weird little circle, and BBJ is just right here. So I'm just going in this weird little circle trying to fit in okay and enjoy the show as much as I can. But Raiden was dope, and at that point I was like, I can't even put my phone up. I can't move to put my phone up. So I'm just gonna hold it the rest of this time and just pray that it doesn't get super wet whenever they end up spraying anything. The good thing was they didn't bring out the dancers anymore, and Raiden didn't have any dancers of his own to like spray the cannons, so he didn't really come out to spray any cannons either. So foam survived, no issue. Just dealing with other people's little water guns shooting upward, but that was not a big deal. And ended up locking in some plans for later on this week. So look forward to that. Me recapping, me exploring Seoul a little bit more now that Water Bomb's over. Anyway, Raiden ends, and I just decide, okay, I'm by BBJ for the sake of the people. For the sake of the people, I'm going to make sure that I stand directly beside this dude to make sure nobody ends up bumping this dude, so there's no issue, because I don't want there to be an incident during his time to see 21, because I was afraid if there was anything to happen that would set him off during the 21 set, all heck would break loose. Just saying. That's truly what I thought. So I was like, I'm gonna, even though my spot is a little bit blocked because there's a dude in front of me, like who's taller than me, that is like right by where BBJ is. If I'm beside him and old dude is in front of me, it protects him, and then anybody else, if they end up like trying to come through the aisle or something, that prevents them from pushing up against BBJ. So we should be safe for the most part. I don't know about anybody really behind BBJ. I can't really protect anybody from there, but they seem to do okay during the set. But 21, yo, oh my gosh. Everybody for the most part stayed for 21, because everybody was like, I feel like this is the most that people just like really did not want to move, because they all were really trying to wait for 21. But respectfully, I'm like one person. So yeah, actually today, another note, a lot of people had to get pulled up from out of the standing room area. They had, because they were pushed up against the rails, and they were like, I just can't do this anymore, and I need to exit. Like the security ended up pulling up so many people from the over the railing to have them exit because people were just, they couldn't take it. They could not take just how freaking packed it was the whole time. Back to 21. 21 killed it, bro. They were amazing. They ended up dealing with a couple, well, Minzy ended up dealing with some wardrobe issues, and then also Balm had to get her makeup redone too. But outside of that, those like 2 little breaks that they had, they put on a spectacular show, and they sang their butts off. They rapped their butts off, and I was like, yo, this is why they're the freaking legends, yo. This is why they are legends. So I'm happy I was able to see them, even if I didn't have the greatest view. I still had the big old huge jumbotron screen to be able to watch the show. So it was phenomenal, and I ended up getting kind of the most footage of them, because I typically tried to stick to one video for each act, because I know there's so many different acts, but there's a couple that I got like a little bit extra for, and 21 I know for sure I have the most footage and pictures of them, because I know some big good blackjacks that I would appreciate those pictures and video. But yeah, awesome. Just so after the show, I'm gonna tell you something before 21 hit, because they ended up doing the fireworks show that they did the same thing they did on Friday night, they did on Saturday night, and they did on tonight, the Sunday night. They always do a little fireworks show before the last act. So during that little fireworks show, BBJ was like, "Hey man, thanks for talking to that dude. I was about to freaking punch him if he didn't move out of my way." I was like, "Yeah man, no problem." I'm just like, you are terrible. And he was giving away his own band merch to people and stuff. He's like, "You guys are cool people. Here you go." So he was genuinely kind of nice, until there's like one line you couldn't cross, and that's when all rules get thrown to the side. and yeah, and it was his 21 like, that was the line that you could not cross. But anyway, he was like, "Yeah man, thanks for that." And then like, even when leaving after the show, I was like, "Hey man, have a good one, bro." And he ends up giving some shirts to some other people who were beside him, and I was just like, I'm leaving.
I'm trying to remind, I drink cocaine, I feel like empty. I'm 시간은 또 많이 하지 사랑이 없죠 yeah I be like what's going on yeah 익살지게 숨게 감아도 이건 못 멈춰 I call you up 내가 더 애리 어디쯤에 지금 못 나왔어 널 못해도 갈게 어디든
Yeah. I go bananas when I'm in that monkey. Letting me feeling like a junkie. Pump, beat it up like a drummer. You know that I'm nasty, you know that I want it. Struck out 2 zone, but I'm on it. Just screaming my name and say, Daddy, I'm coming. I'm coming too. I put mine in your stomach, so baby, let's. Right now. Like a honey, get your baby till you ready when you want. Let's go!
Gonna do it.
Now you make some fucking noise!
Get up.
싶어 넌 행복해 그래 인생은 사실은 조금 공평해 출발선은 모두 달라도 어릴 때 배웠잖아 인생은 매라톤 위기는 위험과 기회 앞서고 비기는 기회로 쌓고 싶다면 바로쳐 지금 발짝 펴 춤춰진 어깨를 사랑으로 태어났어 남겨봐 이름 yeah. 거칠해봐 길은 녹슬었던 꿈이 검어진 길을 넘어지고 포기하기엔 인생은 길어 네가 품은 꿈은 어디에 Hands up 네 눈에 보이는 것보다 손을 수 있어요? 훨씬 재밌는 게 많아 Hey, 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 hey.
Control. 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 Hey.
잘 들리시나요, 여러분? 네. 우리 얘들아 워터밤 왔다. 긴장돼. 오늘은 인사인 척 좀 하자.
후, 좀 긴장되네요.
자, 다 같이 놀 준비 됐나요? 네. 첫 키, 치킨 한번 줘. 한번 가볼까?
네.
my shorty that's not your 그냥 내게 안겨 원하면 날 맘
인사할게요. 네, 안녕하세요. 화성의 사랑원! 민지 씨, 우리 달리기 전에 한마디 해주시죠.
아, 오늘 여기까지 왔는데 화끈하게 놀고 가야죠.
지금 이미 아주 화끈하게 놀고 계신 것 같아요.
화끈하게, 화끈하게 찢었는데, 다리도 찢었는데, 여러분도 오늘 찢고 가세요?
여러분, 다음은 살짝 쉬어갈 건데 끝까지 놀 준비 돼 있죠? Are you ready?
But now I am back at the hotel, as mentioned before. I don't have real food tonight, so we'll see how that makes me feel tomorrow. But for now, I'm gonna sip my Dr. Pepper and call it a night. Much love, peace.